They speak of a man who was lost in a stranded sea. He never came back. Now that I'm lost too, I know where he lies. What misfortune could have drove us here? Is it loneliness? But I chose to leave. God, who am I kidding? Truth is, in her absence, only pain accompanies me to my demise. I was forced to leave her. No regular man would look her in the eye and feel the same afterwards. Her stare, that of a woman with a burning passion that when called a Greek goddess that haven't been named yet. There's something wrong with me, all of us. Only the lazy God can save us now. Only the negligent God can save. How's it 8:30? Already I'm late for class. I got up as fast as I could, wore my clothes and headed out. Upon arriving, I discovered that it wasn't exams day, which will obligate me to spend the whole morning there. I sat in the cafeteria for lunch, and there she comes again. Does she think we are friends? What kind of friend am I? Well, clearly the one that doesn't know her name. She sat at my empty table after greeting me and began where she left off. Life begins on the other side of despair, she said, to which I responded, there is no living, you are passionately in love with suffering. She proceeded to quote Sartre and I continued to quote Dostoevsky, and it felt like the sincerest conversation I've had in ages. One I could express myself in away from the biased, optimistic opinions that barely hold in this miserable world we are condemned to roam. It felt freeing. Freedom is subjective. You may strip one from everything upon birth, lock them up, then one day let them watch the sunset for the first time, and they will feel like the freest man alive. And give someone all they desire, and they shall trip on their own and feel trapped by life. And for that, one must embrace all these small yet significant moments of simple freedom. The same way Diogenes stripped himself from all that he possessed to live a simple life, where sunlight is a luxury. Maybe I am nothing but a simple man who desires a simple life, but it's not that simple. She held good arguments, I have to admit, until she brought up feelings. Love, she said. Love is a good reason to hold on dear life. But oh, where do I start? Love this, love that, love. But what the hell is it good for? Nothing. Life must have meaning outside these chemical reactions in a mess of neurons that make your cheeks go red and your heart beat faster, tingles in your stomach and small stutters, a larger pupil and definitely a nervous wreck of a body. There must be more than just these memories of a stranger that was once your whole world. Love is a hopeless attempt to create a purpose. Then, once they leave, you are purposeless again. Two lost people staring at the same map upside down. She laughed at my metaphor, and I laughed back at her hideousness. I felt like I was head and shoulders above this emotional mess. I packed my books and head back home. Upon laying on my bed staring at the sun as it sets, I realized that her words got into me some way. If I seem heartless, it's because I am. I felt too much that I started to feel nothing. One might say my scars run deep, but they are only scars once healed, and I am still bleeding. I put on my shoes and ran miles to escape the way I felt once, but look at me. I left her once I knew she would leave me too. Perhaps I wasn't in love, yet I fell in love with the idea of love, sold to me through these novels, a love that only belongs in the shelves of a bookstore. I'd rather have plastic love than these thoughts. The way her smile had my little brain pumping dopamine, the way she would smile the same way to every other guy too. Special to me but ordinary to her. I chose her heart and she abandoned mine. Stranded beside the sailor, I figured I was once too looking at an upside down map. As Hale said, until an hour before the devil fell, God thought him beautiful in heaven. It was no surprise she would stray away from me. Still, I was drowning in sorrow. Perhaps one might feel desperate at times, and so it shall remain, for when did it get better at all? It's fall and it's forever, a fall I fell. A fall that breaks a heart not a bone, a fall not so great, nor beautiful, an apparent joke of a fall. What foolishness could have gotten into me? leading to none but the disappointment I'm sick of. It breaks one down to feel, then to be left empty, as if one banished you from their own, as if you weren't met with a dead end, a cold and empty one. But doesn't all things end that way? You will love them, and they will leave you, and they will love you, and you will leave them. And it's a self-perpetuating circle of love found, love lost. Perhaps I wish pain on myself, since her absence is something that I chose. She was never mine to lose. That emotion, love, wicked game of trickery, nothing noble about a meaningless sacrifice of oneself in the name of loyalty. That's why I never put my faith in a soul. I put my faith in these words, hoping you would understand me. And until my mystery fades away, revealing my true colors, I will be here to keep you company with these paragraphs. Loneliness can only hurt you at night, but the nights are only darkest before the dawn.